Hey everybody, I'm James. Welcome to XG Wolverine's Place. Today we got something that I think everybody's going to kind of like. We're going to have a little bit of a premiere. We've got the brand new, just released yesterday. I'm a little late on that, I'm sorry. I meant to do it yesterday, but work. So, unfortunately, we're doing it today, Wednesday. Um, let's go ahead and get on into it instead of just monkeying around. This is the brand new, just released Kenworth W900 Legacy Edition truck. Now, as you can see, we're in the garage. I've already bought the truck. I did not do very much to it outside of add a couple of little things. I wanted to keep it kind of true to its roots, if you will. I wanted to keep it to where it was more of a I don't know, more of a classic looking truck with a little bit of a modern flair. So, it's got the Kenworth Legacy stacks on it, so you can see where the K Whopper logo is. I'm not a fan of that rounded looking Kenworth logo. I'm just not. Everything else I kind of like about it. As a matter of fact, the biggest thing I do like is I like the mirrors. Look at those mirrors. Those mirrors are nice. Got the signals built in and everything. That just looks really cool. One slight gripe that I have with and I've seen it on the 100-year anniversary edition and this edition. I don't like the fact that we have these lights right here and they're not usable. Like, come on, give me some lights. So I do like the tail end setup. Granted, you guys know me. I love my chrome. If you've been following my stuff for any length of time, you know that the more chrome I can have, the better I like it. So I'll show you guys my truck in another video, but this one is what they released. It came out the way it is. Of course, you get all the buttons that you can add stuff to. I mean, it's the amount of things you can add to this truck are ridiculous, to say the least. It's come out with a couple of new paint jobs, as a matter of fact. We'll go through and I'll show you some of the new paint jobs that have come out. All right, this is paint job number 1 in the master list. It is called Midnight Sun. I mean, it's nice. It's a good looking paint job, kind of simple, elegant, the way we like it. Paint job number 2 is called Gold Nugget. Again, you can change these colors up to fit whatever you want. This is just the color schemes, the way they show up as soon as you put it on the thing. I did not mention this with the first paint job, but each of these paint jobs looks like they have a Kenworth logo, meaning they're W900 exclusive. Best I can figure it, you can actually use these paint jobs on any truck. Any Kenworth W900, whether you have the Legacy, the 100-year anniversary, or just the original one that came with the game, it looks to me like you're able to use these paint jobs on those trucks as well. So you can keep that in mind. I do not know if it's part of the... I don't know if it's a part of the Classic Stripes DLC or if it's a part of the Kenworth tuning pack that came out with a couple years ago. I am not certain, but I did notice them for the first time today, so there is that. Paint job number 3 is called Liberty, and that's what it looks like. It's just a blue with some red and silver. It's very short, sweet, and to the point, very classic retro look to it. I do like that one myself. And then you got the Shasta, which is very similar to a stripe package that they have for the Peterbilt 389. It's a darker color. Again, you can change these colors up to fit what your personal taste is, or at least close enough to what your personal taste is. So there's that. And then we have the Yukon. This one here, I mean, if you know movies and you know big trucks, you know what paint job that is. You can call it the Yukon all you want, but this will forever and a day be etched in my mind as the snowman's paint job from the original Smokey and the Bandit. So I have to admit, I like that paint job. Kind of happy they put it in. Wish it wouldn't have taken so long, but you know, it is what it is. And then we have the Icon. That one there, it's more, to me, that one looks more utilitarian. I mean, you can also change up these. It's got 3 different whites, so technically you could change them all and make something different instead of it just being all white. So there is that. And then we have a paint job called Oh Canada. As soon as I seen it, I was like, wow, that's my boys Zach and Ace, because they're Canadian. So yeah, I got to be honest, I'm kind of thrilled that they put that in there for those guys. Any other Canadians, obviously, but you know, those are the 2 that I know that I've played with before in American Truck. And again, you got all these different colors that you can change up and whatnot. So, and then we have the Yosemite. I do like this one here. I like the arrows. You know, like if I was gonna do this, I would definitely be calling this one the Green Arrow, just because it's green. I do like it. It looks really sharp. It definitely fits with a different paint scheme that I've used in the past, so I am very much happy with that. But yeah, that one's a nice looking paint job as well. Then we have the Comet. That one actually looks like it would go pretty well with a couple of the other classic stripes paint jobs for the trailers that I have. So that's, you know, and it's got 2 colors, 2 color sets that you can change up. So, you know, you can have a gold truck with white stripes, a black truck with gold stripes. I mean, I would say your possibilities are limitless, but they're only limited by your imagination. And then we have the VIT edition, which is, I don't know what VIT stands for, but we'll just go ahead and go with that. It's an all blue deal. So if you like the green truck that I showed at the very beginning with the blue paint job, that this is for you then. This is definitely for you. And then we have a VIT edition metallic, which I personally like. I mean, this truck, you know, I've got a red setup for metallic paint that this actually looks nice in. It goes with my other reds, so it allows me to have the metallic paint that I want. So, but this is the one that we started out with when we started this deal. So all in all, that makes 11 different paint jobs that are Kenworth W900 exclusive. I mean, I don't know what more to say about the paint other than, you know, they give you plenty of options for this truck. And if you have the Classic Stripes DLC, then, of course, you get tons more. I did opt for the tuning pack, and I'm not going to build this truck out, but, I mean, you can see all the dots. You can change stuff up. A big noticeable is in the windshield. You see the center support for the 2-piece windshield. I did notice, I will mess with the sun visor for just a second. If you look at the sun visor and you look right there, you can see how that sun visor pretty well closely hugs the front of the cab. But when you put this one on, there is a noticeable gap right there. You can see that gap. You can see that gap right there. And I don't think that I would want that. I mean, I'd have to look at the other Kenworths just to see, but I don't think that that's the way it's meant to be. I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't recall seeing my other trucks. I thought the other trucks had a little bit more of a point to them, but I may be wrong. Anyhow, it's just one of those deals where when you start looking at the truck itself, I mean, everything kind of just, it blends. this one here blends fairly well with it. And you know, if you want to keep this one very classic looking, very simple, then that would be my suggestion to it. Of course, you know, you can do pretty much whatever you want. I mean, it does come with, you know, you can throw the turbo wing on it. You can throw this one here on. You can throw a painted one on. I mean, you know, so you do have the options. Of course, if you do that, then your beacons are going to conflict with either one of those wing setups, which is kind of sad because you would think in real life that you'd be able to make that work, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, my overall impression is they did a very good job. As always, I like the truck personally. Um, I've got so many trucks that it's going to be another one in the fleet. I mean, I'll use it for a little bit and then I'll probably jump to something else, but it will serve a purpose at some points. So, on that note, I hope you enjoyed my review of the W900 Legacy Edition Kenworth, and I'll catch you in the next one.